So this is the demo of our program. So this is our code. First of all, we go into the graphics mode. This is the interrupt to go to the graphics mode. So we go into the graphics mode. Then we set the position for cross to appear. That is the closing button. Okay. Then we call the interrupt to show it on that coordinates, and then we change the y-axis by 8 because then it should start 8 axis down, so it should interfere with the cross. Okay, so this is our start code. This basically takes input and check if there are, first of all it checks if there are 15 items already on the screen. If they are, then go to the next line. So first so it starts, so it doesn't matter, it won't execute. First of all, here we'll start from here. We'll take input. Okay, we compare it with different patterns. Okay, for escape we will go to the mouse interrupt. For up key we go for the up key pattern. Okay, and down key for the down key pattern, and then so on, right key, left key, and q key. Okay, these are their ASCII equivalent codes. So we're comparing input from the interrupt, and then we are checking which key press it was. Okay, if there is none key, just go to the start. Okay, so there will be an infinite loop until we press the appropriate key. Okay, so this is the handle line code. Okay, this does what when the screen is full. Okay, there are 15 items I believe, and after 15 items it just takes the input to the next screen. Okay, so how it does that, it just take the y-axis 12 points in the down in the y-axis. Okay, and then reset the count and just set the cursor to there. Okay, and this is our add count function. This is calling in each, this is being called in each pattern. Okay, so after each pattern it's just increment by 1. Okay, this is the variable, and these are the variables that we are using in our program. Okay, so for colors we have this one. This is actually not being used right now, we could actually remove it. Okay, so count, this is the count variable. Okay, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Okay, these are the variable and these are initialized with 1. Okay, so here are our key presses. Okay, this is where we are handling our key presses. Okay, it first call add count, then print vertical line, horizontal line, and then common x move. This actually what happens between these simple keys. Okay, the setting the coordinates of the keys, and then just take the input again to the start. Okay, and these are all this logic. Okay, uh, this is a little bit complex logic because this is for the nonlinear pattern. Okay, so this actually prints the nonlinear pattern on the screen. Okay, so it has a little bit complex logic. Okay, basically it is just moving the x-axis and y-axis here and there. Okay, the cl is x-axis and dl is y-axis. Okay, so here is let me explain to you. These are actually all the same code. If you understand one, then you will understand all the others one. Okay, so let me explain the horizontal line. Okay, so first of all we are moving 10 into the bx. This does what, this moves 10. Okay, so our loop will execute 10 times. We are using bx for our loop. Okay, then we are using command line operation. These are just basically initially setting up the value for pixel interrupt. Okay, so setting ch and dh 0 because uh, actually the interrupt takes value from cx and dx, so we don't want our registers to have garbage value in upper bits, so we want them to 0, and then moving 8 bits or cx x-axis and y-axis into the cl. Okay, and then after that we are going to the inside tag. There we are going called display pixel. Okay, this displays the pixel on the screen using this display interrupt. Okay, there it is. It is actually the cyan color. 0 and 3 is for cyan. Okay, 0 is for background color black. Okay, so it calls that, and after that it decrement the bx counter and then increment in the cl position. Okay, so we are going like here, like this dot was this, and then going to the next position and so on. Okay, up to the 10, so there will be 10 dots using this. Okay, and after this loops keep comparing with bx with 0, and after this loop execute, it basically returns from it. Okay, and then from the, actually let me explain another function. This is vertical line. Okay, so this does what, this does like that. Okay, so dot dot dot, so 10 dots here. Okay, so this does it like that. Okay, so first of all we do the same. We move 10 into the bx. We call command line operations, setting the initial value for pixel. Okay, then we call display pixel. Okay, and then we keep decrementing bx until we reach 0, so 10 times. Okay, and this time we are incrementing dl is what? Dl is our row, or you can say y-axis. So we are actually incrementing y-axis, so we will get point in the y-axis. Okay, and in the end we return from the function. Okay, and here you see other functions. Okay, these are basically this is for a little line. Okay, this does the same like the print horizontal, but this 7 times. Okay, we need it for the shorter pattern. And there is a tilt line as well. This is actually increasing value of both axes in non-linear way. Okay, cl is in linear and y-axis is non-linear. Okay, x-axis is linear and y-axis is non-linear, so this will print a tilted line. Okay, and actually this is the same, and this is the display pixel, we already showed. Then this is display cursor interrupt. Okay, this call the cursor interrupt, and then go to the start. Okay, and this is set cursor interrupt, is basically set the cursor on the screen. Okay, so our input shows from there. And this is our terminate interrupt. So in case if we in this case if we press escape. Okay, if you press escape, we go to the mouse interrupt. And what does mouse interrupt do? Okay, it just first of all it just show the mouse on the screen. Okay, then it just loops here. Okay, this is an infinite loop here. Okay, this is an infinite loop. So let me just ident it a bit. Okay, this is infinite loop. This does what? This actually keeps calling the mouse position and button status interrupt, and keep checking it whether it's exactly the coordinates. Okay, the x-axis, whether it's on x. Okay, so if I say if it's on there. Okay, if in our program there is an x button, if it is on there. Okay, it checks it. If it's there, if it's on x-axis, then check and function, execute check and function. Okay, so what does it does? It check jump greater than or equal to. Okay, so coordinates could be a little bit here and there, so I'm not exactly checking it, but I'm saying if it is greater or equal. Okay, when we go to check and we check if it is y-axis, if its y-axis is on x. Okay, so y-axis could be anywhere. So if I'm here, these coordinates x are same, but y-axis is not same, so we want it to be same on x-axis. Okay, so we does that. And if it is same, then we uh, if it is not same actually, so what we do, we take it back to the loop. We say keep looping again, we are not on the x. And if we are on the x, then check if the right click is uh, right click is pressed. Okay, right click, if left click, sorry, if left click is pressed, we get 1 in the bx. Okay, bx register. So we are saying bl1. If there is 1 in it, just terminate the program. Okay, otherwise just keep looping it. Okay, and there is actually this just keeps looping it, but there is another condition. Okay, here it is. If it says we press the right click, if we press right click, we go back into input mode. Okay, if this is not, we just go back to the mouse again, and this just keep looping. But if we go to the text input mode, we just hide cursor or cursor, and then we call again or input. Okay, this just keep taking input again and again. So this is a program, and this is where it ends. Okay, so basically just keep taking input and input until we close it using mouse interrupt, pressing escape, and then clicking the close button. Okay, so let me give you a demo. Okay, so I am opening DOSBox. Okay, let me mount the appropriate location. Mount C. Here is our program, and then say my. Okay, then go to C, and then I run our program. Okay, I say final. This is the name of our program. Okay, actually final. Okay, so you can see we are printing different patterns. You can see it's all working. And when we go to the end of the line, you see here, when you go to the end of the line, this is where our increment count works. Okay, it's check there are 15, and then it goes to the next line. Okay, here it is. And now let us go into the mouse interrupt mode. Okay, we press escape, and then you see this is our mouse interrupt. We want to go back, we just press right click, we go back into the input mode. So let us go into the mouse interrupt mode, and then if you see, if I left click anywhere else, it doesn't do anything. But if I go here and I click here, you see our program is closed. So that's it. This was the our text editor program in assembly language. Hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section below.